Hello everybody, Bruce Elgord here with a video on variables in PHP. Now, I'm not going to get into what variables are because you should know what variables are from a prior course, or maybe you had a prior programming language. But what I'm going to talk to you today about are variables in PHP. Now, variables in PHP, PHP scripts need to be contained within a set of PHP tags. So I'm going to start by creating a set of PHP tags here. And I'm going to give myself some room here. And I'm going to create a variable. Now, all variables in PHP start with a $sign. They can be followed by letters and numbers, and they are case sensitive. Okay, so there's my $sign, and I'm going to create var1, and I'm going to say that equals the number 10. So $var1 equals 10. I can create a second variable, var2 equals 11. And then I could do things like $myVariable equals 42. And notice how I used camel case, where the V, the second word in the variable name, is uppercase. I can do things like my_variable, right, equals 42. Again, a totally different variable than the one on line 11. And I could do things like, let's see, my3var, right, equals 22. I could even do things like $_myvar1, and that equals, say, I don't know, 0. And you can create variables all different ways. Now, you cannot do something like this, like $3 myvar. Okay, you can't do that. In fact, if you try to do that, let's just show you here. Notice how my editor, which is Sublime Text, is not recognizing it as a valid variable name. And if I go into my folder here, my demos folder, and I have demo3, I get a syntax error, parse error, on line 15. Okay, so let's go back into the editor. And you can see it doesn't like that variable name because it starts with a number. So avoid that. Okay. By the way, a lot of people always ask me the favorite way for myself to create variables, and I prefer the way it is on line 11 or 12. I either use camel case or use an underscore between the variables. Okay. So now that you have all these variables, right, you could actually echo them out, right? You can say echo $var1, right? And then echo $var2. Now, if you remember from the video prior to this on the echo statement, if I don't put some type of break, right, in the HTML, those two values are going to appear next to one another. So let me just show you that. Okay, let me just show you that. I'll refresh the page here. And see how the numbers 10 and 11 are appearing right next to one another? Well, let's just echo out here ABR tag, right? Whoops. There we go. And if I refresh the page now, you can see that I have the numbers 10 and 11. Okay? So you see how these variables work here? Okay? Now, let's say you have another PHP block on your page, because you can have multiple ones, right? And you want to echo out, right? Say $my variable. Echo that out, put a semicolon at the end there. And I should probably put another break, right before it so you can see it. Echo, right? Break. Hit a semicolon. And refresh the page. And you can see the number 42 being displayed. That's because the variables can be used between different PHP tags on a single page. Okay, so let me point to that again. The variable on line 23, my_variable, is actually defined right on line 12 up here. The other thing you can do too, right, is I'll create a new variable called user name equals Bruce Elgord, and that's a string, right? I'll put a semicolon there. And then I will echo out, right? I'll echo out $username. So let me do that. I better put a break in here so you can see it clearly, right? There we go. And I'm going to go back to my page and hit refresh. And now you can see it echoed out Bruce Elgort, my name, right? So that's how variables work. Now, there's one thing, like any computer language, that you want to avoid, and that is using reserved words in the language, right? So I bookmarked a page here. You can see it here. It's on php.net, and it's a page that contains a list of the keywords used in PHP. So the thing you don't want to do is name your variables any of these keywords here. That's a bad thing to do. Okay? So if you have any questions about variables, please let me know, and thanks for watching.